Hello everyone, bonjour à tous. Right now, we're all dealing with the health and economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Job one is to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to protect people and economies from this virus. But as we work to keep people safe today, we must also plan for the recovery of tomorrow. And that must include an ambitious plan to take strong action to fight and build resilience against climate change. Les jeunes le comprennent mieux que quiconque. Ils savent que nous devons protéger les espèces végétales et animales, rétablir l'équilibre de la nature et préserver notre planète pour les générations futures. Et ils comptent sur nous pour agir maintenant pour leur avenir. That's why Canada has outlined a strong climate plan that will adapt to the impacts of climate change, create jobs, and build a cleaner and more competitive country for everyone. And together with Mexico, we're leading the Global Commission's Nature-Based Solutions Action Track to find more ways to use the power of nature to protect it. And we're continuing to work with international partners to build a more sustainable world, because to effectively fight climate change at home, we must fight it everywhere. But to continue to take on this challenge, we need the voices of young people. That's why Canada supported the Young Leaders Program for the Global Commission, and why we welcome the launch of a new Young Leadership Program to bring together the next generation of leaders to help tackle climate change. So thank you to everyone for joining us in this fight, and thank you to the young people for stepping up and getting involved. Together, we will build a cleaner, safer, and more competitive world. Thank you. Merci.
Stopping climate change 10, 20, or however many years from now can't and must not be the limit of our ambition. Because when we look to Bangladesh and see more powerful and more frequent storms and cyclones, when we look to California, Australia, and see soaring temperatures and raging wildfires, when we look to the island nations of the Pacific and see whole communities submerged by rising seas, we cannot deny that dramatic climate change is already happening, already devastating lives and economies. And because prevention is not only better than cure, it's cheaper too. If we fail to act in 2021, then by 2030, the annual bill for adaptation in developing countries alone will have reached as high as $300 billion. I'll be making the need for a more resilient recovery a priority of the UK's G7 presidency this year. And to make sure we get not just warm words, but real change, I'm today launching an all-new Adaptation Action Coalition, which is a joint effort between the UK, Bangladesh, Egypt, Malawi, the Netherlands, St. Lucia, and the United Nations. This coalition will draw on the expertise of businesses, scientists, civil society, and more, working with the Race to Resilience and the UN High-Level Climate Champions team to build on 2019's call for action on adaptation and setting the agenda ahead of COP26 later this year. So, let 2021 be the year that we fight back, not just against climate change, but the effects of climate change that are already being felt.
We have promised ourselves that we will not just meet our Paris Agreement targets, but exceed them. We will not just arrest environmental degradation, but reverse it. And we will not just create new capacities, but make them an agent for global good. We are targeting 450 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2030. We are promoting LED lights and saving 38 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. We are going to restore 26 million hectares of degraded land by 2030.
파리협정 이행 원년을 맞아 기후 적응을 위한 지혜를 모으는 첫 정상회의에 함께한 것을 기쁘게 생각합니다. 기후 적응은 인간이 자연과 함께 살아가기 위한 지혜이자 인류가 기후 위험으로부터 안전하게 살아가기 위한 노력입니다. 파리협정은 온실가스 감축에 주목했던 과거의 노력에 더해 모든 당사국이 함께하는 기후 적응을 기후변화 대응의 핵심 요소로 규정했고 인류와 지구를 위한 기념비적 승리라는 평가를 받았습니다. 한국 국민들은 자신이 좀 불편해도 자연과 더불어 살겠다는 강한 의지를 갖고 있으며 기후변화에 적응하려는 인류의 노력에 선제적이고 적극적으로 함께해 왔습니다. 개발도상국의 기후 적응 노력에도 힘을 보태겠습니다. 매년 진행해온 적응 역량 지원 프로그램을 확대 발전시켜 올해부터는 유엔 기후변화협약 사무국과 공동으로 기후적응 아카데미를 운영할 예정입니다. 글로벌 적응위원회의 적극적인 참여를 기대합니다. 오는 5월 한국 서울에서 제2차 P4G 정상회의가 열립니다. 기후 적응을 포함하여 기후 위기 극복과 녹색 회복을 위한 실질적인 논의의 장이 될 수 있도록 개최국으로서 최선을 다하겠습니다. 제2차 P4G 정상회의에도 깊은 관심과 참여를 당부드립니다. 감사합니다.